welcome to financialexpress.com. And let me tell you that I love the trailer of Dahan. What is happening? I mean, I am scared, but I am looking forward to it. I want to know what's the Rahasya is all about.
Yes, I think the trailers dropped really well, and everyone's really talking about the fact how fresh it is. I think in the Indian space, such a series is a first. Because we haven't had, I would not call it a traditional horror story, because horror depends on sort of like scaring you like a boo. This has not got that kind of a boo factor. It's a slow burn. It's slowly kind of, you don't know what's going on, whether it's a mind trick that your mind is playing on you, or is it actually happening. And for me also, it's a first that I'm doing something like this. Normally I've done a lot more dramas. So it's been quite lovely to delve into another world altogether.
So tell me something more about, Dahan and your character. You're playing Avni Raat. Tell me something more about it.
So Dahan is the story. Dahan means combustion, एक सुलगना, अंदर ही अंदर. तो इसमें सारे characters जो हैं, all the main characters have a kind of a inner burn. Something is going on other than what's happening on the surface. There is this mythical place called शिलासपुरा, और जैसे ही अवनी और उसका बेटा वहां जाते हैं, तो शुरुआत से ही आपको पता चलता है कि यहाँ पे कुछ एक there is something which is not normal. Right. And Shilaspura is a world unto itself. वहाँ पे it's like a place anywhere and nowhere. And वहाँ पे एक बहुत बड़ी शिला है, जहाँ पे एक शिलास्थल है, और उस शिलास्थल के नीचे एक माइन है. एंड अवनी का काम है उस माइन को स्टार्ट करना. कई बार ये अटेम्प्ट हो चुका है इस माइन को स्टार्ट करने का, पर लोग स्टार्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं. कुछ ना कुछ हो जाता है. एंड शी इज डिटरमिन्ड एंड शी सेज उसको बहुत लोग रोकते हैं. एंड there is the usual कि one woman goes into a very traditional kind of setup. तो वहाँ पे उसको बोलते हैं कि don't go back, blah blah blah. They scare her, they try and threaten her, but she's determined and she starts the mine. She blasts the opening, and उसके बाद एक करके, and she's made to question her own scientific beliefs, because like all of us, we have certain things that we believe to be correct and true, but when something happens in front of you, then you start to question your own beliefs. And she's like, what is going on? Were these people जो ये superstition बोल रहे हैं और जो मेरे को science लग रहा है, इन दोनों के बीच में क्या सच है? And so that's the story, and then what all happens in Shilaspura, and come out or not, or what. So that's the story.
You've left me even more intrigued, Tisca. So yes. So what was that one thing or many things about the script that made you say yes, and you were like, I have to do this? What was that one click for you?
So initially it was because it's home turf. I've done Hostages with the same team, which was a huge success, and the character of Meera Anand, Dr. Meera Anand, was loved and memorable. I still get people talking about the character. So besides that, when I spoke to Vikrant, my director, this is his brainchild, the story of Dahan. He was so clear that this is a story which is set between science and superstition. What is true? What is not true? What is our mind believing? How much is it believing? Is everything that we know from a scientific perspective, is that provable? Are there other energies? Are there other things? And if so, what are they? So I thought the central premise was so sorted. आप किसी के साथ भी बैठ के बात करो, and you raise the topic of are you superstitious? So even the biggest scientists in the world today would have a certain superstition, whether it is pertaining to a number or to parking his car at a certain angle or something. Yes. So everybody's got something, because we as human beings are so vulnerable on this planet. एक मिनट आप किसी से बात कर रहे हो, अगले मिनट कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है, good or bad, which you're not expecting. So to deal with the vast unknown, we have our own series of coping mechanisms, and those coping mechanisms are our superstitions के number 1 मेरे लिए lucky होगा, मैं ये करूँगी तो ये होगा, उसने ऐसा बोल दिया इसका मतलब ये है, आज तारीख ये है, so on and so forth. So I think we're all ideally suited to watch something like Dahan, where what is a superstition? Does it have a basis? Yeah, science ही सब कुछ है. So this is the sort of world that Dahan deals with.
Tisca, let me tell you, you are a brilliant actor, and we all know that. Also, you know, while watching the trailer, I'll just talk about Dahan. I mean, the way you give expressions, or you know, those little things, I think that adds to the character. So I wanted to know, as I'm seeing as an audience, I feel Dahan, what I will be seeing is one of the most complex characters you will be playing. What do you have to say about that? Is it true?
Ishita, I would say yes, 100%, because a character like Avni is like an iceberg. जो आप ऊपर देखते हो वो इतना है, उसके अंदर जो चल रहा है, जो उसका दहन, उसके अंदर जो चल रहा है, that inner burning that's going on is something that I think it'll get revealed layer upon layer upon layer कि हुआ क्या है इसके साथ, क्यों ऐसे react कर रही है, and despite her obstacles, she continues. She's stubborn, and she's a sarkari afsar, तो वो अपनी duty भी निभाना चाह रही है, and she's very focused on getting the job done because she's literally provoked her boss into giving her that job. They were not giving it to her, and here she is in this highly traditional world as a woman trying to make her way forward. So it is certainly a most complex and challenging character. And also the other part of it, which is kind of interesting, is that I had to do my own action sequences. So on many levels, it's an action thriller as well, because 4 or 5 months I prepared damn hard. So अब हम सब lockdown से बाहर निकले थे, तो everyone was little like, you know, सबकी थोड़ी सी tone निकली हुई थी. Everyone was little, you know, easy going pajame में, and nobody was like their sharpest self. And then when I had to prepare for the series, I had to break my workout routine into 3. I did yoga in the morning, I did Pilates in the evening, and then I started doing an hour and a half, almost 2 hours of walk in the evening in order to build stamina, because, you know, she needs to have a lot of stamina and a certain agility to her body, a certain movement to her body, which can't be faked. You can't act that. So there was a lot of action sequences, which I was very determined to sort of do myself, and did manage to do most of them, yes.
I am even more curious. So yeah, I am waiting for it like anything. Tisca, do you think as an actor, because I believe as an audience who has seen you, who's watched you, film series you are a part of, I can say your character has never been bad. Or, you know, worked or didn't work, it's like another topic. But the part you have played have always been really good. But do you think as an actor you've got your dues?
I don't know that one can look at life as what is my due, because what is due to me? What is it that who can decide कि आपका due क्या है? I would say that yes, I have had to wait, and I have had to perhaps work harder at the roles and at the parts. But eventually, I would say that whether it is a Tare Zameen Par, or a Dil To Bachcha Hai Ji, or a Rahasya, or a Chutney for that matter, or a Churi, or Hostages, or now Dahan, I think I've also been very blessed, because the love of the audience has come to me much more than is due to me, I feel. They've given me so much of affection for each and every character. They've noticed little things. And I feel that then, yes, I have got my due. I do feel that.
Nicely put. Nicely put. You know, Hostages or anything, OTT platforms are a game changer. Women characters are now being portrayed in a better light. Also, do you think it has OTT platforms, streaming platforms have helped you in your career in some way?
See, I think that a story tells you where it's going to go, whether it's a short film or it's a feature or a series. Certainly, the kind of audience that watches OTT series is a very nuanced audience. They're very intelligent people. You can't give them any bullshit and they will not accept it. They'll be like, you know, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't work. And yet, a series like a Gullak or a Panchayat or a Scam or a Patal Lok work because there is performance at the heart of it. So I think somewhere the destruction of the hierarchy of actors has become the world of actors. It's become the world of people who are committed to performing, and that I think is unbelievable, not just for women but also for men. I mean, Pratik Gandhi, Jaideep Ahlawat, so many other wonderful actors who've emerged in this space.
I agree. I truly agree. Also, you can answer this question quite well because you're a part of the industry. You've worked with OTT, you have worked in cinema, like big screen. Recently we have seen films are not doing too well. What do you think are the reasons? And all about this boycott trend. As soon as something is announced, people, like, you go to Twitter and you see boycott. Every film, every actor has been trending for no rhyme and reason. What do you think are the possible reasons behind that and films not working?
Jita, I think we're in the middle of a great change. The pandemic has created changes in all industries, and needless to say, it would create a change in entertainment as well. So my honest take is that the palette of the audience has transformed. Their way of consuming content, mine, yours, everyone's, has changed to a very large extent. As creators, filmmakers, actors, writers, producers, all of us have to step back and see the new reality. What and why is it not working? Because ultimately, if we are creating content for the audience, we are not creating content to make home videos. We're not doing it to pass on a family WhatsApp group. Content is being created for the audience, for the viewers, for you. And if you're saying it's not working for you, you would not boycott something if you felt it's something you wanted to see. You would not boycott it. You would say that you might find a different way of saying, okay, I boycott it, I cancel this, I do that. But ultimately, if it's a good story, you will want to watch it. So let's look at it for what it is, I feel, and see that the audience is सर चढ़ के बोल रही है, आपको बता रही है कि आप ये नहीं चल रहा है, हमें ये पसंद नहीं, हमें ये ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, हमें वो ठीक लग रहा है. So we have to step back because ultimately the audience is Mai Baap. We are working to make content for you. You are the consumers, and not just in that literal way. We want to connect as actors. Our wish is to connect with the audience. उनके बिना हम हैं क्या? हम कौन हैं? हम किसके लिए करेंगे?
Yes.
So for me, I think the very simple premise is that please tell us more vocally via DMs, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, in any forum that you like, that what it is that you'd like to see more of, how you'd like to see it, and आपका wish सर आंखों पर.
You're a fine actor, a producer, a director, an author. I want to understand what is that one thing that you find really interesting and that gives you happiness the most out of all these, like all the hats you have donned.
At the end of the day, if I were to boil it down to one thing, I would say story, kahani. That one thing that makes me jump out of bed is to be able to tell that story well, whether it is as an actor or a producer or a writer or a director or any other format. For me to be able to tell that story and to connect with you via that story, to see your eyes light up, to see tears come in your eyes, or for you to laugh, or for you to cry, and to be connected. I like that connection. That is precious to me. So that I think is the simplest way I can answer that.
Okay. Tisca, were there any behind the scene moments that have stayed with you? I mean, it's not a happy comedy kind of a thing, but were there any moments?
There were extreme moments, Ishika. There were extreme moments. So this was one night we were shooting in this village called Chirana, and there were these mountains piche, and our fabulous director of photography, our Pradeep Mukherjee, had put these big HMI lights to reflect on the mountains, to give them a kind of a light and whatever. And Chirana is a very interesting place in that कि सिर्फ हर चौथा घर occupied है, बीच में 3-3, 4-4 घरों में कोई नहीं रहता, because सब लोग छोड़ के चले गए हैं to cities to work. So it's a kind of and it's old. It's so old. It's got structures from centuries ago. Right. And suddenly वहाँ पे we are shooting, and जैसे ही lights on होती हैं, हम लोग 5-6 बजे पहुंचे शाम को, and then they started lighting. By the time we started shooting, जैसे अंधेरा गाढ़ा हो गया, by about 8 o'clock there were insects this size, and I'm not joking, 4-inch big insects, like these huge funny shaped insects that hundreds and thousands of them came from everywhere. All of us were like, oh, kya hai? Very mushkil se we finished that night of shoot, because there was running through Chirana, there was all kinds of driving through that place, and sequences and all of that. All of us were like, hey, kide. We went back at like 7-8 in the morning and go back to this thing, went back to sleep, and everyone was thinking, my God, what was that night? Like, what was that? It felt like a scene out of Mummy. That Mummy returns and Mummy the third. Yes. But this was not CG, it was real. It was in front of our eyes. There were hundreds, thousands of them everywhere, attracted to that light of the HMI. And then we got up by lunchtime, all of us, so to go back to shoot. Suddenly in the sky, there were 2 rainbows.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of us felt such, like, we're all looking for signs, right? It's such a sign of hope and positivity for all of us. We were like, that's right. That's right. They're telling us, chalte chalo, banate chalo.
Right. Tisca, what's next?
I'm still considering what it is that I want to do next. Maybe a film that I want to direct. There's something I'm writing, and then there's a series that I'm in talks with someone about. But Dahan has certainly made me greedy, very greedy, because it's a fabulous story and a fabulous character. So maybe more of Dahan, who knows?
Whatever it is, I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you so much for your time. Lovely talking to you.
Likewise, Ishita. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Watch the series. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I am going to watch it. I'm going to text you personally. I'll be doing that.
Super.